Hello guys, welcome to my channel.
In the last video, we have seen how to write a Verilog module from the gates connection or from the Boolean expressions. But in this video, we will see how to write a Verilog module with user-defined primitives. That is, writing a Verilog module with the truth table. Before that, let's quickly discuss the answers for the practice questions that I mentioned in the previous video. In this question, it is asked to write a Verilog module with Boolean expressions. And you start a module with module keyword and name it and mention the port list, and you specify the inputs and outputs with the keywords input output. And for Boolean expressions, you use a continuous assignment statement with assign, and then you assign the expression to its output. So let's see the first expression. It says complement of C. So we have done complement of C in the braces. So expression in the braces will be evaluated first, and then the other expressions are evaluated in the order. A is OR with complement of C. Here A is OR with complement of C. This whole expression is AND with complement of B. So this whole expression A is OR with complement of C is AND with complement of B, which is again AND with B or D, which is AND with B or D. In the same way, you can analyze the other two expressions also. I have highlighted the braces with the corresponding colors for easy identification, and each statement you have to terminate it with a semicolon. For end module statement, you need not use semicolon. In this question, it is asked to identify the mistakes in the code below. Let's see. So here I have highlighted all the mistakes, and this is one of the correct codes that are possible. In the keyword module, M is mentioned as capital, which is not correct. All the letters in the module have to be lowercase, and input is not a keyword, input is a keyword. There is an hyphen used in the module name, which is not allowed, and the statement has to be terminated with semicolons, where you can see these three statements are not terminated with semicolons. Output is a keyword only when all the letters are small. O here has to be a small letter. And if you look at the inputs and outputs, B is mentioned in both inputs and outputs, which is again not correct. So I have eliminated B from the outputs. It says AND G2 A comma B comma D. So syntax says in the braces the first identifier or the variable has to be the output, and then it is followed by inputs. But here A is an input and D is an output. So the D has to come first, then A and B. In this statement, not is not a keyword when N is capital. All the letters have to be small. Same for this statement OR also. And in the NOT statement, there cannot be two inputs. NOT get has only one input. It can only complement one input. So you have to eliminate one of the inputs from here. In the end module keyword, there is no space between end and module. It's a single word. So one keyword, there is no space in between. In third question, you are asked to draw a logic diagram from the Verilog code. Y1 is OR of A comma B. Y1 is OR of A comma B. Y2 is AND of A comma B. Y2 is AND of A comma B. Y3 is AND of A comma B. Y3 is AND of A comma B. In this question, you are asked to write a Verilog module for a circuit that produces two outputs S comma C out, which are sum and carry, produced by adding three 1-bit inputs A, B, and C in. Starting with its truth table, A, B, C in are its inputs and C out, S are its outputs. When you add 0, 0, 0, you will get 0 and 0. When you add 0 plus 0 plus 1, you will get 1. 0, 1 is 1. Again, 0 plus 1 plus 0 is 1. 0 plus 1 plus 1 is 2. 1, 0 is 2. 1 plus 0 is 1. Again, if you see this, 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So, 1, 1 is 3. This is how the Boolean expression is. Sum is A XOR B XOR C in, and C out is A and B OR of A or B ANDed with C in. A continuous assignment statement for C out, and I have used the XOR gate for S. The circuit is full adder. In the previous video, we have seen how to write a Verilog module for a combination circuit in two ways. Assignment with Boolean expression and gates. Circuit is described by already existing gates as primitives. NAND, NOT, AND. These are already defined gates. We have instantiated them and used them. They are identified by keyword and or not, etc. These gates we have instantiated in our module and described it. Can we also make our own primitives? These already existing gates are predefined primitives. Can we define a primitive and use it? Let's see. So all these existing gates have a certain relationship between its output and input defined with the truth table. For not, output is the complement of input, and for and, output is the and of two inputs. So all the output relationship is defined with the inputs by truth table. So suppose we have a black box and we know how its output is related to its inputs from truth table, which is not already existing gate. Now we are trying to make our own primitive, our own gate, which has one output and certain number of inputs. Let's see how to do this in Verilog. These are called user-defined primitives. We declare them with the keyword primitive. Its declaration ends with keyword end primitive. It can have only one output. In the port list, the output has to be mentioned first. There can be multiple inputs, but the order has to be maintained in the port list. That is the order they will be followed when you instantiate them later in another modules. We will understand this later in more detail. We are defining this primitive with a truth table. So truth table is enclosed with keywords, table and end table. In truth table, we will list all the inputs in order and we will use colon to separate input and output. We will put inputs first and then we will use colon, and after that we will put the corresponding output in our code. And as we know, all the statements ends with a semicolon. So let's try writing a user defined primitive where its output y is related to its inputs ABC with sum of product 0, 3, 6, 7. We will declare the user defined primitive with keyword primitive. We will name it. I'm naming it UDP 0367. And in the port list, the output has to be named first and then its inputs. Again, we have to mention the output with keyword output and we have to mention the inputs. And the truth table has to start with keyword table. The order in which they are listed in the input declaration here with the keyword input is the same order that is followed in the truth table. That is, the first column corresponds to A, the second column corresponds to B, and the third column corresponds to C. And the last column here, which is separated by a colon, corresponds to the output. And we are writing a code for sum of products 0367. This is 000 is 0, so the output is 1. 011 is 3, output is 1. 110 is 6, output is 1. 111 is 7, so output is 1. In all other cases, the output is 0. And you end the table with keyword end table, and we are ending the primitive with keyword end primitive. Now we have defined and declared a user defined primitive with the name UDP underscore 0367, which has output Y and inputs ABC, and the input output relationship is defined in this way. Okay, this circuit here uses our user defined primitive UDP 0367, where A, B, C are its inputs and D is its output, and we are using this D to AND with C. F is AND of D, C. Now let's try to write a Verilog module with this user defined primitive. In your code, you have to first define the UDP. You start a module, name it. I'm naming it circuit underscore UDP underscore 0367, and this is my port list where A, B, C are my inputs, D and F are my outputs, and I'm mentioning my outputs and inputs here. In UDP 0367, D, A, B, C. In this statement, I am instantiating user defined primitive that I have defined here. I have to use the same name which I have given during its declaration. And the port list here has to match with the port list here. That is what will be taken into order. So D will correspond to Y here, A will correspond to A here, B here corresponds to B here, and C here corresponds to C here. And there is a AND relationship between D and F. F is the output of AND gate, D, C are its input. F is the output, D, C are its input, and I'm ending the module. This is how we can define new primitives, our own user defined primitives, and we can use them later in the modules by instantiating them. It is also important to understand the difference between declaration and instantiation. A Verilog module is declared. In declaration, we will specify the input-output behavior of the hardware. Predefined primitives like AND gate, OR gate, NOR gate, they are not declared. They are instantiated. We declare whenever we have to specify the input-output behavior. But for already defined gates, their input-output behavior is already specified by the language. So we don't declare them again. We instantiate them, as in we will use those gates. That is what is called as instantiation. UDPs are also declared first, which describes their input-output behavior. We do its declaration with keyword primitive and end its declaration with end primitive. And between the keywords primitive and end primitive, we will describe the input-output relationship. In the module, the UDP will be instantiated. A module can also be instantiated later in another module. We will see this in later video. In the next video, we will see the difference between logical and bitwise operators and how to write a simple test bench, how to incorporate propagation delays for a gate in our Verilog module. I will also explain what a propagation delay is, and we will also see some efficient ways of writing a Verilog module, where and how you can simulate a Verilog code. We will try to cover this in the next video. To make sure that you don't miss it, subscribe. The next video will be available in 1 or 2 days.